Uh, if you have problems in sightseeing, here I will be your storyteller and I will try my best. The name of the book is Airport and Chapter 1 The Storm. At 6:30 on a Friday evening in January, Lincoln International Airport was open, but it was having serious problems. The airport, together with the whole of the Midwestern United States, had been hit by the worst storm in years. It had already lasted for 3 days. Now troubles, like spots on the sick, weakened bodies, were beginning to break out everywhere. A truck carrying 200 diners were lost in a store somewhere on an airport service road, and so far the search for it had been unsuccessful. At least 100 flights were delayed, some by many hours. Out on the airfield, runway 30 was out of use. It was blocked by an aerial Mexican plane which lay sideways across it. The front wheels were stuck in the deep mud which lay under the snow near the edge of the runway. Aerial Mexican had tried hard for 2 hours to move it, but without any success. Now they were asking TWA to help them. The loss of runway 30 made the work of air traffic control even more difficult than usual. With 20 planes waiting to land, they were delaying takeoffs. The airfield seemed to be full of waiting planes. Inside the main passenger terminal too, there were crowds of impatient people waiting beside their piles of luggage. Even the large notice on the roof of the terminal, Lincoln International Airport, was hidden by the snow. Mel Bakersfield was surprised that the airport was still open. Mel was the airport general manager. He was a tall, powerful man. At the moment, he was standing by a snow control desk, high in the control tower. Usually, you could see the whole airport from here. Only air traffic control had a better view. Tonight, you could see only a few flags. This was an unusually hot winter. The storm had started 5 days ago in the Colorado mountains and then swept across a large part of the United States. It brought strong winds, freezing cold, and heavy snow. Maintenance men with snowplows were clearing the snow as it fell. But by now, many of them were terribly tired. The storm seemed to be winning. Danny Farrell was at the snow control desk, talking to the maintenance snow center by radiophone. We're losing ground. I need 6 more snowplows out there. Oh, sure, sure, an angry voice replied. 6 more snowplows. And where do you think they're going to come from? Any more stupid ideas? We sent 4 plows out to find the track, Danny said. If they haven't found it yet, they will just have to try harder. An explosion of anger came over the radio phone in reply. Mel knew how easily tempers were lost under these conditions. These men were highly trained and they were working as hard as they could. The maintenance man's voice came on the phone again. We're worried about that track too, Danny. The driver could freeze to death. He would die of hunger if he has any sense. This search will block the service roads, Danny told Mill. You would get plenty of complaints about that. I know, Mill said. Airport managers were used to complaints. The most important thing was to save the life of the driver. For a moment, he wished that he could sit down and help Danny. Mill needed action. The cold weather was making his bed full and ooh-wah warm from Courier age. Then he realized that Danny could work better on his own. He telephoned air traffic control. Any progress on the Aeromexico plane? Not yet, Mr. Beckerfield. Is the runway still blocked? Yeah. This airport needs more runways. No doubt. This proof is the problem was there were plenty of people who disagreed with him, and they were more powerful than he was. And another thing, he was poor. As runway 30 is blocked, planes are taking off over middle route that companies have started coming in already. Oh no, Mill said. He was tired of hearing complaints from the people who live in middle route. The airport had been built long before their houses, but they never seemed to stop complaining about the noise. As a result, the runway nearest to the middle route was used only under special conditions. On the occasions when it had to be used, pilots were told to reduce the noise made by the engines on takeoff. It was possible to do this, but most pilots considered it too foolish and dangerous and hated being told to do it. In any case, it had not stopped the complaints from Middlewood. How many complaints have there been? Mill asked. At least 50. Don't they know this storm and we have a runway out of use? We try to tell them, but they don't want to listen. I hear they're holding a meeting tonight to decide what to do next. What trouble? Mill thought. He asked, is my brother on duty tonight? Yes. Mill's brother, Kite, worked in air traffic control. Is he all right? Does he seem nervous? The other man paused before he replied. Yes, he does, more than usual. I wish I could tell him to rest, but we were short of men already. I know. Recently, Mill had been very worried about Kite. He put the phone down and thought again about a note he had received 15 minutes before. It was from Tanya Livingston. She worked for Transamerica as the passenger relations agent and was a special friend of Mill's. The note warned him that the airline's snow committee, led by Captain Pablo Guimaraes, was going to blame Mill for the many flight delays. They were going to attack him for what they believed was bad management. Stefano Guimaraes was one of the Transamerica's most experienced pilots. He was married to Mill's sister, Sarah. The Bakersfield were a real aviation family, but even with this family connection, Mill and Vernon were not friendly with one another. Recently, they had exchanged angry words at an important meeting, and Mill felt that the critical report was a direct result of this. He was not really worried because he knew that he was doing everything he could to run the airport well. It was unpleasant to be criticized, but his consciousness was clear. Tanya ended her note by inviting him to have a cup of coffee with her when he had time. Mel decided he had time now. He always enjoyed talking to Tanya. And for chapter 2 continue.